Hi there, this is Bridget from the Planner Speechy. Welcome. Today I am going to plan for the week of October 13th through the 19th. And I'm going to be using this mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co. called Royal Court. This was the July 2025 mystery. I am going to a Renaissance festival this week, and so I thought this would be the perfect kit to showcase that. This is not really art that I would have purchased, knowing it ahead of time, but the more I look at it, the more I appreciate all of the details in it. I think it's very, like the colors are very, they're jewel tones, they're fun to use. I like the style of things, and I'm very excited to use this kit. Plus it has like some fall elements, like there's like a pumpkin there too, so I feel like it's perfect for a Renaissance festival. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is a mystery kit, which means she will likely format it next year for like resale, but you can only get this in buy sell groups now, I think. So we've got 8 boxes. We have one scene, and then we have some really cute deco with like little itty bits, and then the numbers. The numbers are kind of new for this format, which I like. You've got 2 more full boxes, and then your jewel tone. By the way, like these 3 colors, I was trying to decide between these 3 for my bridesmaids dresses, and I actually ended up picking something like this. So, and then we've got these really pretty like royal patterns. We've got some little things, more patterns, solid boxes. You've got another full box here with some solids. Unfortunately, well, actually, no, I do have stuff I can put on top. Okay. And then you have your fashion girls. There's 3 included with a full box. And then this is Doodle 1. If you do decide to invest in a mystery kit, just know that Doodle 1 is always going to come, at least in her current format. So if you're going to buy any extras, I would say just go for Doodle 2 because you'll already have Doodle 1. I did have this made for a different kit, but I feel like the colors would work a little bit for this, so I can use some of these because I did not order extras of doodles or fashion people for this kit. I did have some underlays made that were kind of fun. This foil is red violet. It's relatively new, but I thought it would look really, really good. It's like in between magenta and purple, so it's really pretty. And this one is called Fantasy Forest, which I thought would be really cute. And then it's a mystery, so it did come with a foil bundle. This foil bundle is called Gilded, and then this is Champagne Lights. So it's very, very minimalistic style. You just sort of have a little bit of sparkle. But these are the underlays, so my plan is to like layer them on top of each other. And then this is my favorite part about her new format. She has a ton more scripts, and they're kind of bolder, so they're a little easier to see. And then of course her cute little mini stickers are here included as well. And then you have the bows with some glitter dots, and then her new format includes the holes for this. I'm kind of curious what she's going to do in the future. Because I really like using the 3-ring binders, but I know Aura Estelle is like changing their format. So I wonder, I'm curious how this is going to go, because I wanted to stick with this, but I'm always late to the party. So anyway, I have my scripts from Carly Plans for the month. I have some holidays because it is Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday. And then it's also my friend's birthday this week, so I'm going to be using my birthday custom from Hannah, Planner Hannah. I have these really fun little fairy doors from Sadie Stickers. I don't think she sells these anymore, but back in the day when she made these like little deco things, I got them. And then this is a black foiled foil of the month. It's like her spidery font. It's pretty like deep black, so I really enjoyed it. I think it's like the August 2024 foil of the month, but I got all of my Halloween scripts for October in this year. So between this script and these scripts, I really won't have that much to add, I think. And I'm trying to decide if I wanted to do, I was going to use this just for the Renaissance Festival, but it's really only one day that we're going, and we don't have any friends or family visiting us this weekend, so I feel like it would have been too much to use an entire kit just for that. So I might use an extender. I'm still trying to decide, but anyway, I am going to speed things up and come back in a voiceover so you can see the whole finished shebang. Hi there. All right, let's get into the day by day. So the first thing I'm going to mark is that Monday the 13th was Indigenous Peoples Day. So I have a little, can do a purple flag for that. And I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things this day. So that should not be hard to do. And this star is from the foil bundle. And then this script is from Carly Plans. Next thing I marked is that I went to work. And so I'll use a I'll use a patterned thing for that. And this little door is from Sadie Stickers. It's called Mini Cottage Doors. And it's something that I have had in my collection for a couple of years. I don't think it's available. But I did go to work this day. And then the next thing I'll mark is that I did session notes. And I'll use this like little rounded sticker to mark that. And I have a doodle from the Doodles bundle, very large pencil. And then this script is from a custom from Plana Hannah. Okay, so I did my session notes. Then I came home and my mom was like, hey Bridge, I can't get into my computer. I think I've been hacked. What do I do? And I was like, okay, well, let's see if we can figure this out. So I am going to put this here and do that. And then I have this cute little laptop from the bundle. And then this just says family time. So I was able to fix her computer, which is amazing. And that was really helpful. And then the next thing I'll mark is that I had some TV time with my husband. We watched Downton Abbey. So I'm going to use I guess I'll use a purple patterned thing for that. And I've got this little TV, antique TV, and it says TV time in like a spooky black font. All right, moving on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, let's see, I'm marking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Okay. So on Tuesday, I was up early. And I will use this like bigger little thing to mark that, I guess. I was starting at my new school this day. So I got up super duper early and I packed my car full of all of my speechy materials, which, like, if you know, you know. If you're a speech therapist, you know how much crap we can put into a car. So I'm going to use this little box with stickers, but it was really more like books and my laminator and a printer and all this other crap. So it just says hustle. And then I had work and it was crazy. This school had not had a continuous speech therapist for the first month of school. The second month, they had a contract person who was just there long enough to test a bunch of kids and like barely make a schedule, which then had to be changed completely. Oops, that was not supposed to be green. That was supposed to be pink. Rats. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to switch to pink, I guess. And I will use this. I'm just going to chop this up. And make it nice and small. There we go. And I'm going to stick it here. And I'm going to use this. Switch that over here and do work from my work bundle. Okay. So next after that, there was a meeting directly after that. I had to do an ECATS tutorial with this new person that I was helping. I had to make plans of care. I did a hearing screening. I did a speech language eval, which is the next thing. I did a couple of things. Like I did a bunch of speech language evals. And that was just like hot mess express. So I have this cute little pencil from the foil bundle, and then I have my speech eval script from Lana Hannah. And then, I mean, I got home so late this day and I was super tired. So I am going to go ahead and just mark with a very big thing here that I was tired AF. So I have this cute little Scribble Prints Co. candle, and then it just says tired AF. So that's accurate. New school, all that nonsense. Then on Wednesday, I got up early and I wasn't supposed to be at school until 8:30. And apparently at 10:30 last night, my principal emailed me to say, you need to come to a 7:40 meeting. Now, for those of you who know, that is bananas because, like, that should not be happening. You should not be emailing a colleague that late with an expectation of less than 12 hours notice, first of all, on their second day of work. So that was not great, and I was not happy about it. Some of my colleagues were like, why'd you even go to that meeting? And I was like, no, I had to go to the meeting. So I went to the meeting, and I was introduced formally to the staff, which was probably the big reason why she wanted me to go. But 90% of what she said did not apply to me at all. Okay, the next thing, the other thing that was funny is I didn't have a badge yet, and I'd been trying to get in touch with the secretary who was not available all day the day before apparently. So I'm knocking on the door 5 minutes before the meeting was supposed to start. Nobody let me in the building. So then when the meeting was due to start, I had to message the assistant principal to be like, hey, you need to let me in the building. I'm here, but I can't get in. And thankfully a nice teacher let me in, but I was like, come on, you're going to make me get up really early to show up to this meeting and then you don't even let me in the building? Are you kidding me? So I was a little PO'd, to say the least. Okay. So the next thing that I marked is that I did do a speech screening. And I was supposed to drive to my other job, my other school. So I already had told them, I was like, I have to finish stuff up at my other school that I'm no longer working at. So you need to let me leave. So I did do that. And I am going to mark that with a little thing. I should not have done a rounded box on a rounded box, but whatever. So this little doohickey is from the foil bundle, which you kind of can't see. But I drove to work and I did do a quick Starbucks run on my way there because I had freaking earned it. So that is my Starbucks run, and then that's from the Doodle Bundle. And then I did attend an INP meeting for a student that I no longer served, but it was like, do it or don't kind of thing. Like, I didn't have to go, but I felt like I had a little responsibility to go to that. My gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna mark all these other things. I guess I'm gonna have to use little things for everything. And then after that, I had a doctor's appointment. So I had to drive to my doctor. I made this appointment in March. This is for my sleep doctor because I've not been sleeping well. And he thinks that I have signs of sleep apnea, which is not great. So now I need to get approved by insurance. And then after that, I can actually make an appointment and go. So after that, I went grocery shopping, which, like, if we're still keeping track of all the shit I had to do this day and you're not exhausted, good luck, because I was so tired. But it was my day to do it, you know? So I had to do it. So I went to Publix, got my groceries. I'm loving this, like, font. It's kind of cool. And then after that, I went to CVS because apparently it was not enough for me to just do all of that shit. I had to do more shopping. And I did it. So I did some more errands. And then this is my little, like, thing there. I was gonna put stressed AF, but I think I'm gonna have to, like, do it elsewhere. So that's the first half of the week. I love this font, this foil. It's probably my favorite foil, period, right now. Okay, so anyway, moving on to Thursday. And we'll see if I can put in this thing at the end here because I would like to be able to use it. Stressed AF. Okay, so and I just used pink. So now we're into red, or green. So the first thing I will mark here is that I was sleepy AF. I did not sleep well the night before. I was thinking about all the CPAP stuff I was gonna have to maybe do, which sucked. And then the next thing I marked is that I did work. So I will use a fun patterned thing to mark that. Actually, I have a lot of things to mark. I probably should have marked that smaller. All right. And then I had a speech screening. And I will use this little thing here. Oops, that is cray crooked. Do that. And I used a little music because I had to bring him to music class afterwards and he was not having it. And I was just really sad and feeling sick. I just did not feel great this day. So I'm going to use one of these to mark that I was sad AF. And I have a little bow and my sad AF script there. Then I had made a commitment and I was so tired and I just was not in the mood to do that. Did I do that again where I was supposed to use a different color? Oh wait, no I wasn't. That was correct. Okay, well I can just put it right back where it was. Okay, now I have to use green. So for green, I'll use this cute like bigger label with the stars on it because it's super pretty. I did go to this demonstration that my friend gave at Williams-Sonoma. It was called Vampire Hunter Garlic, and it was like all about different ways to prepare garlicky things, and that was really special. So I did do that, and that was really, really fun. I loved hanging out and doing stuff. And then the next thing that I will mark is that I did do some shopping at Barnes & Noble afterwards because I was in that area. And I was like, you know what? I need to cheer myself up because I'm feeling out of it. So I did do some shopping at Barnes & Noble. I think I got gifts for people. I got gift ideas for people. I got a book for myself and I got a book for Frank. And then the next thing that I will mark is that I was stressed AF. So I have this little I've been having all these like nighttime scaries lately. It's just not fun. Okay, so for Friday, the first thing I will mark is that it was my friend Lynette's birthday. Yay! I love her. And for that, she gets a full-on pink-hearted cutie stitch right here. My girl deserves the best. So it was Lynette's birthday, and I think I did not wish her happy birthday, which makes me a shitty friend. But I did have the day off. So this is kind of, now we're getting into some like medical stuff. So just bear with me here. I did have the day off because I was having a procedure done. To help figure out like what's going on with my fertility stuff. So I had the day off. I did use one of these. Sometimes it'll be upside down. I hate when I have to do that because of the orientation. So then it just looks funny. But I'm going to cover it up anyway. So I took a shower in the morning. I was not allowed to have food. And my procedure was not until 11 o'clock. So that was like not fun. I was very, very hungry. And I did do some laundry. Go ahead and use this little thing. And then I had this. I did some laundry. That's that spooky font. And then the next thing that I will mark is that I had my appointment. And this was kind of a big deal appointment because I did not really know what to expect. I had to be put under for anesthesia, and it was a whole thing. And I got some really interesting news, but it was kind of shocking. And I was coming out of anesthesia while it was being explained to me. So I did not really understand what the heck was going on. And I'm just going to say I had a little mental effing breakdown because I could not really tell you like what my life was like in that moment. I could have done a whole plan with me just about what happened during this procedure, what they found, but I'm not going to yet. I want to get more information before I start explaining it. And then, hey, little cat. I have a little cat with me. She's being real cute and purring and stuff, and I love her. I don't know if you can hear her purring, but she's on my knee. She's real sweet. So then, I did finish my book while I was like waiting for the appointment. So that was like a huge accomplishment. Oh, rats, I need like more space. I need to put like 2 more little things down. But all right, let's see. Hi, little girl. You want to join the party? You little party baby? She's a party baby. Yeah. So we did go to McDonald's and have some lunch afterwards, which I always appreciate. But like, I'm never really sure how hungry I'm going to be after these procedures. And sometimes I'm hungry right away and other times I'm not. So, oh, she's climbing my neck. Hi, little girl. I love you. Oh, I love you. You're so sweet. And I took a nap for, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours. I could not believe how much I slept. But I did not do any work. I was kind of hoping I would do some session notes and like I'd be able to rally and stuff, and I could not. Like I was so out of it. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I gotta use little things again. Hi, baby girl. So the first thing that I will mark is that I slept in. And I'm gonna use a little, oops. She's nudging me. She wants, I think she's hungry. She wants like snacky. So when she's like this, she just needs her snacky and she doesn't care for what I'm doing. She's like, I don't care what you're doing, mommy. I want my snacky. But I did sleep in. And I used that little coffin, which is a little creepy. And then after that, I need pink. We had some avocado toast, which is always a lovely idea. And just use that and go right on top. So this is from Scribble Prints Co. And then this is from, Plain Hannah. And then my husband, being sweet like he was, took me to the Renaissance Festival. So I just call it Date. But it was a blast. Like we had so much fun. So we go to the Renaissance Festival every year. We have a plan. We go super duper early. So we were in line when it opens, and then we're there for about 3 to 4 hours. We eat delicious snacks like the cinnamon Transylvanian roll. We pet animals. We got to see birds. This year my husband and I each held a goose, which was fun. We see a couple of comedy shows. We see the birding show. I mean, it's so fun. It's like our favorite thing to do in the fall. It's my favorite thing to do in the fall. I shouldn't speak for Frank, but and because I know I shouldn't use like another patterned thing. This was like our big thing this day. And so I just mark it as date, but I'm going to do this and then do date and then write in Ren Fair. and fill out the rest of this. So right here, I was just so happy, you guys. Like after my surgery the day before, I wasn't sure how I was going to be feeling and if I was going to be able to move around. And they were like, no, 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 you absolutely can. So I was so happy, and it was just nice to feel happy, you know? So I did mark that in my planner. And then I came home and had a very lazy day. I am going to chop this up and make it really tiny. It's like tiny but thick, you know? And we watched Netflix. I can't remember what exactly I was binging on Netflix. What was I watching? I can't remember. But we did get takeout and we did have our date night. And we were kind of up late. So I'm actually gonna do, let's see. I need a little thing for the date night. And then I need, I'll do this and then I will skip the up late. I had pulled some things and I just don't have room for them. So we did get takeout. I'm not sure what we got this day. It was pizza. And then we had a date night and Frank picked the movie and we watched SNL also. Okay. All right, last thing for this week. Okay, so on Sunday, I woke up super duper early because the John Darien collection was dropping at Target. I'd actually set an alarm and I woke up to my alarm. So let's do that. I have to mark a lot of things this day, so I did do some online shopping at Target and I decided to do pickup instead of shipping for most of the stuff because I wanted to ensure that I got it and it didn't get lost or whatever. And then some of the stuff that they said was not available was definitely available later. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, so I woke up super duper early, but then I could not fall back asleep, unfortunately, which always sucks. Like, especially on a Sunday, because you can't really get that time back. So, Frank and I got up and we had breakfast. And then I did do my nails. So I did do a little manicure. Oops, wait, I'm not supposed to use that color. I'm gonna use this color. So I did my nails and I accidentally I filed them down too small. I used these what are these? Like Dashing Diva strips for the very first time and I filed them down way too small and it was just not a good look. But whatever. So I filed them down small and then the next thing that I marked is that I did some planning. And that's always fun. I did do some planning. So I'll put that there. I have this cute little plan doodle from the bundle. And then it says plan. And then I also did some laundry this day. Sunday is my laundry day. I have laundry in right now, and it is a Sunday while I'm filming this voiceover. So I have little laundry day. Okay. So then the next thing that I will mark is that I went to Target to pick up my order. And so I did do the pickup where they, they slip it through the driver's side window. And I parked the car and it was raining. And I was like, let me just go into Target and see if I can find more of the stuff that I was looking for, because I was pretty sure that they had more stuff, and I wasn't 100% convinced that they didn't. So I did go into the shop, and lo and behold, they had things that I had to have shipped because they said they didn't have it in store, and they had it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if people ordered things and then canceled their orders or what, but suddenly they had all this material. And so I was like, you know what? And I called my mom while I did that. And that was fun. We sort of chatted about various things. I asked her how her computer stuff was going, and she explained that she was stressed out, and I tried to help her with some other things, but it's just tough. Oops, I see what I did. I see it. All right, we'll do that, and then we've got our walk. Went on a little walk. Talked to my parents, my friends. And then after that, I came home and I did some work. And while I worked, I watched Hocus Pocus. Have to put that in. Wait, purple? I messed something up. Pink, green, purple. Oh, this was not supposed to be green. This was supposed to be purple. All right. So I will use this funky pattern thing here. And then I have this. I had this made last year. So I'm going to put in Hocus Pocus. And I actually have Hocus Pocus stickers here. So I am going to use one of those. Here, let me just... All right. Sorry, they're all like, everything is hidden together. Here we go. And we'll use the little book. And that is that. Okay, so I am going to zoom out and I will show you all the stuff that's left over, because there's quite a bit of stuff left over. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably never going to use this art again. It's cute, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to buy, I think. Okay. So here we go. This is the full spread. I think she's stunning. I love my foil. All the foil choices they made, I think, were perfect. So here's what's left. Let me just trying to organize myself a little bit. So from the foil bundle, I have some headers and overlays. I have these date dots, and I have these scripts, some of which I did not use. Like I pulled, but I didn't use them, so I'm going to put them back. And I will be saving all of that because I will definitely use that again. And then here, these are the this is the full kit. So I used all the deco. I did not use any of the numbers. I didn't use any of those flags. I have two full box things left over. I used all the headers. I had a couple of these left over. I used most of the little things. I used like basically none of the plain. I used a lot of the patterned boxes. I used most of the little round things, and then I have a couple of these left over and a couple of those left over, and then I didn't use like any of these basically. So I'm definitely going to put that in my doodle stash. But yeah, if you are interested in any of these remainders, please let me know. I'd be happy to just like pass them on to someone. All right, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.